Hey, what is up, you sexy beast? GhostSickness Tristan here, and today I'm letting you guys know that I quit McDonald's, and it was my last day ever working for the company McDonald's, the franchise McDonald's, and it was absolutely insane. It's been a crazy ride, 4 years and 9 days total, and it's been an absolute blast. A really crazy learning experience, just a really crazy experience in general. And I wanted to talk about my last kind of 2 weeks there because I've talked a lot about work. I've complained a lot about work and everything like that. Trust me, there's been a lot of ups and there's been a lot of downs, and I've changed a lot over 4 years of working there. And I'm about to cry right now because it's just, it feels great to be, moving on and moving forward, but I'm going to miss the fuck, just like high school, I'm going to miss the fuck out of the people there, out of, everything like that, the kind of environment it was. Not the actual work, just like high school, but I'm going to miss the fuck out of the people and everything like that. So, guys, today I'm going to be telling you about my last 2 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, I was told I got the job at Best Buy, and then I put in my 2 week notice at McDonald's because like I said, I've been there 4 years, and I was like, all right, well, enough is enough, and, I finally want to move up and out of McDonald's and move on to bigger and better things because, yes, I was basically not at my limit there, but I was basically at the shift management level, which is pretty high up there. Because you start at crew, and then there's crew trainer, and then there's area manager, and then there's shift manager, and there's several levels of shift manager. Well, not really levels, but like kind of promotions, and then department manager, and then general manager. So I was 2 levels below as high as I could be at that store, and I think that I really did everything I wanted to do. So when I was 14, I said, all right, well, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to work there for 4 years. I'm going to move up into management, and I'm going to do everything like that, keep this job all through high school. And I did that. I've actually had the job there longer than I was actually enrolled in high school, because I was enrolled in high school for, 3 years and 9 months, and then I wasn't. And I was, graduated and everything like that just recently. And then a month later now I'm, moving on from McDonald's, which I was there for 4 years and 9 days. So it's definitely a little longer than high school. Now, I didn't spend more time there than I did in high school because at high school is always 33 hours a week. And, during high school, it was during high school, I only worked about 25 hours a week at work. So it was pretty interesting, and I've definitely spent more time in high school. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I now no longer work there. I'm only employed by Best Buy, and I do get, payments from YouTube and everything like that. So it's really not horrible. So I'm not, struggling to make ends meet or anything like that when it comes to bills. But I just want to talk about my amazing last 2 weeks. And I know I sound really quiet, and I know I sound really kind of slow and just not really talking very fast or doing anything like that, and I sound really relaxed, and that's because I am. This is a really big transition. I'm really not as happy as I thought I was gonna be. I definitely am happy, trust me, it's on to bigger and better things, but just thinking about like missing my coworkers and not doing that again is kind of really sad. I'm tearing up a little bit right now. Because today was definitely really, really awesome. So I want to talk about these last 2 weeks. So basically, guys, been there 4 years. I've met and known pretty much everybody. I have met and known everybody who's worked there. And yeah, so that's the thing. I don't know why I'm crying right now. I guess it's nostalgia. I guess it's just I don't know. But anyway, so I worked there for a long time. I've had 3 bosses, 3 general managers. I'm not going to name their names, but basically one who hired me, and then one who kind of worked there and left recently, and then one who's working there right now. And so, yeah, no bad blood was really shed. I had a good last 2 weeks, and that was really it. And so my last 2 weeks, I was really happy, really upbeat, really relaxed, and I just knew that it was over. I just knew that, no matter what stresses worked through at me that day or whatever, it was over soon, and that was really it. And I was just really excited for that to move on to Best Buy and things of that I'm actually interested in, because, McDonald's is one thing, right? But I don't hate the company. I don't hate the franchise or whatever. Yeah, the job really isn't that great, but the people there are absolutely amazing. And yeah, so oh man, this is a difficult commentary to do. I'm surprised it was that difficult. Usually I would have been like, oh my god, I fucking quit today, blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm excited, but I'm gonna miss the fuck out of it, man. I was hanging out with some of my coworkers after work, and I was just like, dude, man, this is it. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I'll see you around, but it just won't be the same. It's just like high school. And so, I really do compare it to high school a lot, because like I said, I'll miss the people. I won't miss, miss the environment. I won't miss the work. And I don't miss the work. But anyway, so, I last 2 weeks, was pretty smooth sailing. I mean, the last Sunday that I worked, which was Sunday, was very very stressful. I mean, it just wasn't that great. Work was just absolutely awful. A bunch of drama and stuff happening, and I don't even really want to talk about it because it just doesn't matter anymore. I mean, it's over. But what I did want to talk about today is my last day. So I talked a lot about my last day. I'm like, all right, guys, it's this day. I'm going to bring cigars. I'm going to bring cupcakes. And it's going to be kind of a celebration. It's going to be like a, hey, guys, thank you for everything. And me thanking them instead of them thanking me kind of thing. And they did thank me a lot, trust me. Because, I put in my good word. I put in my good work for the company for 4 years. I stayed dedicated. I didn't call in of any of my shifts. I definitely worked my last 2 weeks. Most people just either put in their 2 weeks and quit or just walk out or just, a lot of people don't put in their 2 weeks and actually work those 2 weeks and then leave the job. So I've definitely seen everything, every single situation with people working there. And so I'm really glad that I impressed people, and I'm glad that I worked my 2 weeks and that it's over. So anyway, I put in my 2 weeks and I got cigars. I bought like a bunch of cigars, for my dad and I, for my coworkers and I had specific cigars I was going to smoke with specific people. And I ended up using them today. And I was really, really glad about that. And now I smell like cigars and it's awful, but it was pretty great. So I'm going to tell you guys about that. So last night, a few days ago on Monday I actually bought the cigars. I went and bought a whole bunch of them, little ones, big ones, Cubans, because they're legal now, because they lifted the embargo. So yeah, anyway, I bought a whole bunch of cigars because I'm 18. I don't know if you guys know that or not. I work from 14 to 18. And I went in, I worked today, and last night I went to Walmart. I got cupcakes and donuts. And so I was like, all right, guys, I'm so ready for today. I put them in the fridge, because the donuts didn't need to go in the fridge, but the cupcakes should have been in the fridge. So I just put them both in the fridge. It was totally fine. So I brought them to work that day, and I brought a shirt for this girl who I worked with, a shirt that I purchased because we wear polos now. And so I gave that to her later, which is pretty great. So sorry, it's such an awkward commentary. I hope you guys are staying with me and I hope you are interested still in some way. So anyway, I got everything ready and I finally ended up, getting in my car, going to work at the normal time. I worked 10 to 6. It was my last shift. I ended up doing deposit for an hour, and deposit is basically where you count all the money in the store, all the cash, and then go deposit it. And so anyway, I get there and at 10 a.m. I put the cupcakes and donuts and everything in the manager's office, because there's a manager's office and there's a break room. They're kind of separate because the manager's office has a computer and all these documents and everything, all the paperwork and everything. So it's definitely a little bit different. So I put them in there and I let everybody know. I'm like, hey guys, so there's cupcakes and donuts in the office. And I'm glad I got donuts. I was originally just planning on getting cupcakes, but a lot of people really, really like the donuts. Those were definitely the first things to go. And I had one myself, and I kind of started the morning. I clocked in and I was just there. I got my iced coffee, the last one that I got for free. And so, because, I get free iced coffee, I get free meals there and everything, I get free food, which is definitely very, very bad for my health, as you guys can see, my acne, but it's going to clear up a lot, I promise, not working there, not eating there. So I'm going to take a year detox of the food. I'm only going to, if I go there, I'm only going to have the frappes, maybe not even that. I'll probably just only get some water. I don't know. But anyway, guys, yeah, so I brought that in this morning and I was like, hey, let everybody know. And then I go out into lobby, and then not in the lobby, I go out to the main kind of area where you hand out food, and I see what my coworker and what my coworkers had done for me. And what they did was, on the side of our soda machine, it's nice and silver, they wrote like a thank you and kind of like a goodbye, like a giant goodbye card, but it's not on a card. It's on this, dry erase marker on this silver side of the soda machine. So I'll show a picture of that here and all the funny things they wrote. You guys can, it's on Twitter, it's on, I'm going to post it on Facebook. It's really great. A lot of really funny things people wrote, and it's just absolutely fantastic. And I'm so glad to see that. That really like heart sunk, like that got me right in the feels, because like they could have brought the cigars, they could have brought the cupcakes, they could have brought the donuts. I wanted to bring those kind of things, but doing that, something I never expected, right? Like, was just absolutely great, and it just really meant a lot. So anyway, goddamn, I don't know why I'm being such a bitch right now. I don't know if it's hitting me right in the feels, but 4 years is a long time to do something, to know people, and I've known some people there for my entire duration of working there, and so it's been insane. Anyway, so I saw that and I'm like, wow, dude, thank you. And I thanked everybody there for that. And it was just insane. People wishing me their goodbyes, last shift with them, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And some people I worked, the last shift was yesterday and then Monday, whatever. Some people I didn't even know when my last shift with them was. But that was that. And so, some people left, gave me hugs, it's just wishing me well off, asking me what I'd be doing at Best Buy, where I'd be working, stuff like that. And it was really, really great, really heartfelt. And so I'm like, all right, well, that's awesome. That's just great. And so, I had my break. I had my lunch break. Everything was smooth sailing. I wasn't really stressed out today at all. I mean, I did my work. I, did my best. And I didn't really stress too much about it because I knew that this was it. This was the last day. And I just tried to enjoy every moment of it and kind of, talk about all my inside jokes because we have a lot of inside jokes there. I'm really, really comfortable there. People are really comfortable with me. And there's a lot of stuff I say there that you shouldn't say in like a work environment, kind of stuff like that. Just really great inside jokes and just absolutely having a fantastic time. And then I went on my lunch at 1:30, and so we're sitting in the office, and several of my coworkers and we're just going back and forth about hilarious jokes and references to the past and stuff like that. Just talking about really funny, really, really inappropriate things with our coworkers and just about our coworkers and everything. It was just fan-fucking-tastic, dude. It's the best lunch that I've ever had there. And it was just such a great way to go out, go for a last day and just like, all right, guys, pleasure working with you. I'll see you around, That kind of thing was really, really great and really heartfelt. So around 5 p.m., like I said, the day just kind of progressed. And I did my deposit from 3 to 4 and I counted all the money in the store. And then I went in, deposited it to the bank. And that went really well. That went fine. The bank teller's super fucking cute. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I'm like, all right, well, now I went back to work because I had to deposit it because the bank was open and then you have to bring the slip back and everything. So I just, worked the rest of my shift. And around 5, our soda machine, which is pretty funny, our soda machine started spraying water out the top and it was just pouring down the side of the machine. And it was just spraying toward the top panel and it would come out the side of the panel and it was just dripping down, dude, gallons and gallons of water. It was like fucking ridiculous. So I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? What's going on? So I talked to my, coworker, the one I unload truck with. He barely speaks any English. He's absolutely hilarious. Talking about chicks with nice asses and stuff. We just had a great time. But anyway, so he's like, oh man, it's leaking. And so he comes and gets me. And so I go over there. I'm like, what the fuck? So I climb up the ladder and we like open the panel. And we see that this little plastic housing is broken and it's just spraying water out. It's like a little filter. I found that out later. It's a little filter housing and it broke. So we're like, oh fuck, man, what do you do? So my friend was running the floor, which basically means being the manager who's running the floor. I didn't run the floor at all today, meaning that they're the one that you report everything to. They're the one running the shift at the time because I'm a shift manager, but that doesn't mean I always run the shift. So today I didn't at all, which was pretty fucking awesome. So I'm glad I didn't. But anyway, so he comes and I'm like, all right, dude, well, this is leaking. So you want me to call the Coke company, the Coca-Cola company. They make the machine. It's called a multiplex and it, gives soda to the lobby and the drive-through. It pumps it, several feet, 60 feet, whatever, to the drive-through in the lobby. So anyway, that was just fucking spraying water out the top. And so I like wanted a service technician like now. But anyway, I called Coke and they're like, it didn't work the first time. I didn't get connected. So I'm like, fuck. So I called them again. I'm on the phone and I finally get connected to some guy and it was actually a lady and she's asking me about it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, can I get a service technician? She's like, yeah, I'll transfer you to the multiplex company. I'm like, okay, sweet. Awesome. So she transfers me to that department. I started talking to this guy. This guy's really fucking awesome. I really like this guy. I wish I knew his name, but he was really legit. So I get on the phone with him. He's telling me everything to do. He's like, all right, so where's it leaking out of? I'm like, okay, well, there's little plastic housing. And so he's like, okay, so do you see little tiny blue or gray knobs on either, not knobs, but little switches on either side of it? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I see them on both sides. And so I tried. He's like, all right, try the one on the right. So I turn the one on the right. And like I said, it's really difficult. I'm standing on like a 6-foot ladder and I'm like lifting the silver panel. I had to set the phone down because there's no way I could lift the panel and water's like spraying all over me. Like seriously, like down my shirt and everything like that. I'm glad that, it's really hot in there. So it kind of dries real easily. But anyway, so water's like spraying down and I like set the phone down. And I'm like, fuck. Okay. So I flip the knob on the right and nothing happens. So I'm like, fuck, God damn it. So the knob's off and like, okay, let's try the knob on the left. And so I turn the fucking switch on the left, the knob, whatever, same thing. Turn the switch on the left and it finally like tapers down and finally stops. And so both switches are done and it stops leaking. There's a whole bunch of water in the machine and I didn't know that's normal. So I'm like asking him on the phone. I'm like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of water in the machine. He's like, oh yeah, it's totally fine. It's supposed to cycle through and make the soda cold and everything like that before it comes out. I'm like, okay, good. I thought it fucking flooded with water. I'm like, oh shit, we broke it, man, because there's gallons of water on the floor. Like, my coworker later ended up mopping it up, which I totally could have done, but he just did it while I was still on the phone with the service technician. So anyway, we finally get that fixed, and he orders the part, which is a new filter. I basically tell him what happened, and then he orders the part. We overnight it, and it'll be here on Saturday because it's a little late to get overnight for tomorrow, which is Friday. So by the time you guys are watching this, but then it'll be here Saturday, and so I'm like, okay, cool. And then I told my coworker how to replace it, and if he has any questions to call me, even though I won't be working there, I still want to help him out with everything. And apparently later ended up breaking a different spot, and now it just doesn't work at all. So I was like, oh my fucking God, what a way to go out. But other than that, like, it was just a fucking fantastic. I mean, that wasn't even bad. I mean, it's time off the floor. I just got to fix that, and I got to help, the machine out, help everybody out and everything. So, man, I got to say, it was really stressful working there some days, but it was also really great working there some days. And something, my coworker asked me yesterday, he's like, dude, do you, like, regret it? Or, like, would you... he didn't ask if I regretted it, but like, was it worth it? Yeah, he asked, was it worth it to work there? And I'm like, absolutely yes. It took me a little bit to answer because I really had to think about it, but it was absolutely worth it. I mean, think about it. I always had a source of income during high school. I got up into management. I worked for 4 years. I got 4 years of work experience, up in management as well. I know how a whole bunch of business operations work now. And it's been a great learning experience, and it looks really great on my resume, 4 years there, only being 18 years old. So, I mean, it's insane, guys. It really helped me get my job at Best Buy, a job that I've wanted since I was a kid. But yeah, this is it, guys. This is finally it. So no more rants about McDonald's. Maybe there'll be some about Best Buy. I doubt it. It sounds like a pretty great place to work. I'll definitely keep you guys updated once I get on the floor. I still got some training videos to do. Because I'm really curious about that. So thank you so much for all the massive support, guys. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I'm posting a bunch of pictures and everything like that. It's been a pleasure working there, and I'm just so glad it's over and out. And so after work, like I said, they had cupcakes, we had cigars. After work, I smoked cigars with 3 of my coworkers, and then I came back a little bit later after I got Taco Bell, and then smoked cigars with 2 other coworkers and one of the same. This one girl who I gave the shirt to, who I really like. She's really cool. Yeah, so I've said that a lot in this video, but I really, really had a great time, and today was fucking phenomenal. And it was just insane. So thank you so much for all the love, all the support. More great videos coming soon now that this transition is over. I have the weekend off of work. I mean, I have some Best Buy stuff to take care of, but it's not really going into work. It's kind of different. But I'm going to go pick up my last check tomorrow, and I'm going to go turn in my uniforms and my keys and my name tag and everything. I'm keeping the fucking hat, though. I have one hat, and it's mine. It's in my name. Has all my fucking pins on it, and so I'll take a picture. That'll show it right now, and I'm keeping that as well as the Monopoly hat. But that's it, guys. I fucking love you. Thank you so much. Bye.